It's one of the biggest shopping days of the year. It's almost here, Boxing Day, just around the corner. Here with tips on how to keep our spending in check is personal finance expert Rubina Ahmed-Haq. Welcome back. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I knew you were going to want to talk about finance on Boxing Day because it's a day people really can go all out. It comes at an inconvenient time, though, because a lot of us have already shelled out a bunch of dough for Christmas. And then Boxing Day rolls around. So how do we keep the spending in check?
Well, we have to do a tally of what we've already spent. So there's so many different surveys out there that tell you how much the average Canadian is spending, but it's somewhere around $1,000. Wow. And that can be, you know, some people are like, wow, 1,000, and some people are like, only 1,000.
Wait, 1,000 just on Christmas alone?
So $1,000 on decorations, the food, the gifts, and that for some people is much below what they've actually spent. So you want to tally up how much spending you've already done so that when you get to Boxing Day, you don't go out and sort of add to the damage that you've already done, and then you've got an even bigger credit card to deal with in January, credit card bill to deal with in January.
That's unbelievable. You're right. When you think of all the food, all the entertaining you're doing, if you zip out to the liquor store, buy a bottle of wine, it all adds up really fast.
And you can do a quick little online, you know, just check your account and go through it quickly to see how much spending have I already done, where's my bill at, am I going to be able to pay it in January? If it's something that you know is going to be hard for you to pay, please keep the Boxing Day spending in check.
So what are some of the biggest mistakes that consumers make when it actually comes to Boxing Day?
So Boxing Day shopping, you want to treat it sort of like a day out, an event. You don't want to treat it like a day to buy essentials because it is something where we participate in it because it's a fun day. So make a list of things that you want to buy, maybe something that you didn't get for Christmas, maybe something you have your eye on, and also really focus on electronics and name brand outerwear. That seems to be where the best deals are because they're trying to clear that stuff out because they're bringing the new stuff in the spring, and that's where you can get the great deals. Sometimes we focus on the wrong things and we end up picking up stuff we don't need. And also, don't buy stuff that you can't return. That's my number one tip, because on Boxing Day we get sort of overwhelmed. Sometimes we buy things that we might not have meant to buy, and then we can't take it back and we're stuck with it.
Okay, I want to highlight that point. You said again, Canada, are you listening? What do you say? Electronics we buy and name brand?
Outerwear. That's my two that's where I found the best deals are. And those deals actually start on Christmas Eve online. So you can log on online just after you've had your big dinner or time with family, and you can check out what the deals already are. And often you can place your order. So you might not even have to be in the store on Boxing Day to get those deals.
I love this. It's so hard to rein it in on Boxing Day, though, because you see a deal, you want to just jump in on it and get that really good deal. So you telling me that the best deal could start Christmas Eve, that is news to me.
And early is always better. So online definitely is the way to go because you can check out the prices. But then you also, if you are actually going to the brick and mortar store, go as early as possible because that's when they're doing those door crashers. That's when they're giving away their best stuff. You don't want to end up there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, deal with the lines, and there's nothing really to buy on a good deal anyways.
Wait a second. You're telling me the better deals on Boxing Day really are in the morning and that it can change throughout the day?
Well, they sometimes have sort of 100 pieces of a certain item that they're going to sell at a deep discount. You got to get there. I know one year my husband and I bought a sound bar for our TV room, and we got there and we got it pretty good deal on it. We still use it today, but it was only 100 pieces. So if we had missed out, we would have missed out.
That's amazing. Okay, so plan early, look for certain items, make a list. I would imagine that ahead of time you want to do that. And like you said, shop for things that you kind of know ahead of time that you want. Don't just go and start browsing.
It's not a day to browse. I think it's like a sport, right? You really are. This is the store I'm going to go to. And I mean, I've been Boxing Day shopping before. I haven't gone for many, many years. But when I have gone, I know that it is really, it's something that you just like to be a part of because it's fun and it's a bit chaotic, and you know, you kind of swap stories with other friends that went to other malls. So you want to treat it like that. You don't want to treat it the day where you're going to buy your essentials for spring or something that is really important in your life. You want to sort of treat it like a fun day.
Get in, get out.
And I'm going to tell you honestly, my best advice is if you've overspent, just stay home. That is the best thing that you can do on Boxing Day. The deals are actually sometimes better in January. So you want to sort of save your money and then spend it in January instead. That might be the best thing you can do to your wallet this year.
Rubina, it really surprises me that as a financial expert that you're not out there trying to get those deals. But if you're not out there, it makes me wonder if I should be out there too.
I always say it's not a deal unless you need it. So you could buy something for 2 cents, but if you don't need it, you still spent 2 cents that you didn't have to spend because you actually didn't need that item.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, now that we're being all responsible, thank you very much. I'm probably still going shopping on the 26th, just FYI to my hubby. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks so much for having me, and happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays.